All right, let's start with the pro first. The number one reason I love to live here is just the great outdoor activities all year long. Palm Springs has something like 120 golf courses in the Palm Springs area, and we have a big golf tournament over in La Quinta called the Desert Classic. So if you're a real golf aficionado, you'll love it here. We have tennis, racquetball, pickleball, and we got you covered there. We have the Indian Wells Masters tennis tournament that takes place every year, and you have pros like Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, and that's just awesome. If you're into hiking, we have trails all over the Palm Springs area. Palm Desert has the cross hike, the bump and grind, and Palm Springs has lots of fun trails, even one that leads to a waterfall. So we have the Ironman event that comes here every year, which is a lot of fun, and I'll just sit and eat my donut and sip my coffee and just watch all the rock star athletes. And yeah, the outdoor activities here are just like number one. And the second pro, why the Palm Springs area is so great and why it's so great for outdoor activities is the weather. I mean, it only rains here like 14, 15 days a year. So in January, February, when, other places are snowing, it's like high 70s. I mean, this week it's going to be February here in about a few days, and it's going to be 80 degrees. I mean, how awesome is that? Our weather attracts people from the Northwest, Canada, the East Coast for this very reason, because it's just so great and it allows you to just live life and do so many things, and that's one of the reasons I really love living here. It's just always sunny skies. In February you could sit and relax by the pool. I mean, where else can you even get that? The third pro about living here is really there's no traffic and smog. I mean, the rest of California, like LA, San Diego, Orange County, I mean, you have tons of traffic. But here, even when it's the season and there's tons of people driving around in about January, February, March, I mean, I could get around town like that, a blink of an eye. I could go from La Quinta, even Coachella, all the way to Palm Springs in maybe 30, 40 minutes. I mean, that's just unheard of, going like 20, 30 miles. And it's no big deal. So that's one reason I really love it here as well. So that's a pro. Now, the fourth pro is the cost of living. It's affordable. I mean, compared to the rest of California, it's really easy to live here. I mean, you could actually like raise a family here, like have kids. I mean, where else can you do that? So, it's like we're close enough to LA and San Diego where if you want to go to the beach, you want to go to the snow, you have that option, but we're still far enough away where it keeps it nice, clean, no pollution, no traffic, smog, any of those things you deal with elsewhere. So that's another reason why I love it. Now, I know elsewhere in the USA, Palm Springs isn't very affordable. I mean, our median house is like $400,000, where in Texas that might be $200,000. But hey, this is California that you're talking about. You gotta pay to play. Now, the fifth pro to living here is that even though we're a small little town, the Coachella Valley, Palm Springs area, it's not big, we actually have an international airport. The Palm Springs International Airport has flights all the time. So say if you don't live here full time, you have a home in, Mexico, Canada, somewhere on the East Coast, you have this airport that's easy to get in and out of. It's not like dealing with LAX where you're just like hours to do anything. You could hop on a flight like that. Another good thing, we do have many private airports, one in Thermal, the Jacqueline Cochran Airport. So, if you got that G7 and you just want to fly in real stealth, you could do that and then call me up. I want to ride on a jet. Okay, so that was fun talking about the pros and all, but let's get into the nitty gritty. Let's talk about the cons, and I'm going to keep it real with you because that's why you're watching this video. So most of these cons, they really aren't going to affect you if you come to vacation here or maybe you come seasonally. These cons are really if you're here full time all year long. So yeah, disclaimer, I guess. Now, the first con is that there really isn't a lot of jobs out here. I mean, there are some jobs, but most of the jobs are in healthcare, hospitality, and agriculture. So, I mean, we have hotels on every corner that are always hiring. We have casinos, we have restaurants. I mean, tourism here is happening. But if you're looking for like jobs in tech or finance or business, you won't find it a lot. The desert was really built on the tourism industry, and we're known for being a vacation destination. I mean, can you blame us? So the majority of people living here are retired or maybe well off financially, and there's not a lot of jobs. But that is starting to change because we have more people coming here from the rest of California. Every year, the summers actually get a little busier because we have so many people coming here. So that's bringing more jobs, more businesses are coming out this way. So the future does look bright for the Coachella Valley. Now, I know you were waiting for this one. The second con is the weather in the summer. It does get extremely hot. Now, the weather is a dry heat. So, I mean, it's not as bad as a humid heat like being in Florida or somewhere in the south, you know. Here, it's still tolerable, but it does get to like 118 sometimes. Now, the pro to this is a lot of people actually come here in the summer to soak up those ultraviolet rays in the summertime. But if you work outside in the summers, then it's going to be tough here to be here in the summers when it's like 110 and you're like on a roof like laying shingles. I mean, I don't recommend that, but you got to do what you got to do. You got to put bread on the table. So yeah, that's just something to know. We do have the beach, which is a couple hours away. So personally, what I like to do in the summer when we have those, I mean, it's not going to be like 118 every day, but when, you know, maybe it's a bad week or two, like September, it gets a little hot, you know, we just like to head to the beach and just have a beach day, maybe stay for a few days if possible. A good thing, you want to come visit in the summertime because hotels are extremely cheap. I mean, you could go to the Ritz-Carlton for like $270 a night. I mean, that's a 5-star hotel. So, I mean, that's a pro. But yeah, summer, it's a little brutal sometimes, you know, but we just sort of like, honestly, just sort of chill in the AC and hang out at home. I mean, so if you have the AC cranking, most restaurants have AC going. I mean, you could still live. It's not like as bad as it seems, but it's not going to be like, you know, beach weather, you know. This is the desert. All right, so the third con is that there's not a lot of nightlife out here. Not a lot of nightlife. So let's be real. I'm knee deep in diapers, having an 18-month-old and another baby on the way. Yay! So, I mean, we sort of just Netflix and chill at home anyways, and maybe that's why we have 2 kids under 2. So yeah, I mean, that explains that. But if you're looking for a lot of like nightlife action, I mean, you really won't find it. We have a lot of restaurants. Palm Desert, you have El Paseo, where there's tons of action, tons of food action. And then Palm Springs, you know, there's a lot of restaurants. But in terms of like clubs and kind of things, you're not really going to find it. I mean, the city sort of closes down around 8 o'clock every night. I mean, it's a sleepy town. It's a vacation town. This isn't like a big city. And that's part of the charm. But if you're living here full time and you want to just like have this crazy kind of like Sex and the City kind of nightlife, I mean, I wouldn't come here, to be honest. So yeah, take it for what it's worth. Now, the fourth con is that the Palm Springs area it's a small city, it's a small town. So, I mean, if you're living here full time, you could sort of get a little stir crazy. I mean, sure, personally, if I was playing golf every day, laying by the pool and just hanging out at the country club, just sipping my little drinks, then I don't think I'd get that bored. It would be pretty awesome. But if you're living here, working like day to day, the desert is just, it's a small place. And I told you one of the pros is that the Coachella Valley isn't far from San Diego, LA, which is true, but still, it's a few hour drive. So I mean, living out here is not like living in the big city. And I mean, that's part of the charm. But I mean, personally for me, it's like every few weeks I like want to get away or something, because it's just like when you're here month after month and you know, it's like you have like 6-7 cities in just like a few miles, you know, it's like, you know, sometimes you gotta flap your wings and you gotta fly, you feel me? So yeah, I mean, so that's it. Those really are my pros, and really, those are my cons. I mean, I didn't have many cons. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. I have people messaging me all the time about living here, and I love it. So if you have any questions or you're thinking about moving here, please hit me up below. My contact information will be there, so you can get a hold of me, call me maybe, and I would love to help you find your slice of paradise as well. So Please subscribe for more weekly videos if you haven't already. I mean, it would mean the world to me. I'm doing this for you guys. And smash that like button so more people can see these videos. And just thank you for watching. It's awesome. I do it for you guys. Please leave a comment. And I guess till next time, until we meet again. Off to Pilates. No, off to golf. Off to work. I don't know. I don't even want to. What would I even say that? I'm working. This is work right here, but it doesn't feel like work. So, all right. Anyways, crazy person out.